Okay. If you have the phone, you have no Bible. Okay. So we talk about Book of Luke, St. Luke, chapter 16. And this story, actually, it's a true story. Rachel, we starting. Where is your Bible? Book of Luke, chapter 16. Because everyone he will read one or two verse, and he will tell me what he understands. This magazine, it's already for you at home, and it's done by St. George Magazine. So look how many years now. How many years? About how many years?
31.
31 years. You know what means 31 years? Since his Abonamor was ordained to our church, this is start the magazine, and in the magazine, if you look in the beginning, it was just only one paper, A4, and on until we come to this stage. My wife, one of the first people, was organizing this magazine. It's a very good history, this magazine. We have every copy. We have a special room. They have every copy issue come out. 31 years. Okay, we start Book of Luke, chapter 16, verse. We start from verse 19. Everyone will read one or two verse and explain it to us, and I will say what's happening here. So, Father Michael.
There was a certain rich man who was clothed in purple and fine linen and fed sumptuously every day.
Okay, what this man? He's a very rich man. Okay, and he live in palace or whatever, and there is another one poor next to him. Can you tell me number 2?
So he called him and said to him...
No, number 20, verse 20.
Oh, sorry.
We finished 19, now 20.
But there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, full of sores, who was laid at his gate.
Okay, so what this second one, his name Lazarus, this is the one that's actually true story. This person, he's known in the area. The rich man, and this person outside his palace, and very poor, asking people to give him money. Number, next one.
Desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
Look how he was, very poor. Even the crumb from his table, he can't even have it. Okay? So what this means for us, the rich man, he knows someone outside, very poor, and this poor one outside, he not even feed him. What we call it as a spiritual mercy. He not have mercy on this poor person. Both of them will die. We see where this person go and where this person go. Someone he go to the heaven, or the good waiting, nice waiting place in that time, because the paradise didn't open yet. Second one will go Hades, because only he didn't do mercy on the poor person. Monica?
So that's the beggar's lamb carried by the angels of Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried.
Or this verse is very important. So the poor man, who carry him?
Abraham.
Angels. Okay. Did they said there is a gap between his spirit or soul was around until they go to the heaven or whatever? No, because that's one of the important for us, because some people they believe first 3 days your soul be around the people they love, and after they go to the heaven or hells, whatever you are. Some people they said the soul can be around for 40 days. Some people they said the soul, your soul can go to encampment at night and go somewhere. Our church differently believes. The church believes the time you die, your soul will go straight away, go to paradise or Hades or the hell, whatever. Okay, that is straight away immediately. That's why Jesus Christ, when the right thief died, he told him, when you can be with me? Today. Not tomorrow, not after 2 hours, not after you visit all your friends, the people you love, not today. So that's very important. Because some people, when someone died, I remember, we have a camp on Sunday school. This camp, one of the church, and on the backyard of the church was grave. Okay? The grave. And the kids are scared to go to the grave. Why? Because dead people. It's already dead. What happened? They're not going to abuse you. A movie, yeah. Ghost and all this stuff. Rachel, read next one for us, please.
And leaning Thomas and Kate, he lifted up his eyes and saw Abraham afar, of and Lazarus in his bosom.
Okay, so what happened? And what happened to the rich man? He went, what? Hate? Okay, and what he saw in another side? Abraham. And the others, where the other?
In his bosom.
Bosom. Okay, so Abraham was dead or alive?
His body said that he was
Yeah,
spiritual
yeah.
life.
So he's alive. So he know, and where is Lazarus was him. So the righteous people, where they go? In Abraham's bosom. That's right. Okay, so our God is God for alive people, not dead people. So when we intercede through the saint, when I say, Saint Mary, please, I have a test tomorrow, or I have exam or interview or whatever, she can hear me. Why? Because she's alive. Because that's the Protestant to tell you, why you talk to them? They dead. Yeah, they dead, but they still can hear me. Physically, body dead, but they spiritually and the spirit is still alive. The spirit never dies. Very important, because you will find a lot of people, they not believe in intercession, because they tell you they did. Why you put the picture of Saint Barbara? She can't hear you. No, they hear us. And this is one of the story. We take it and we say, these people, they are alive. Next, please, can you read for me? Put your voice up, because we need to hear you.
Then he cried, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame.
Okay, have mercy on me. But what about your friend? The poor man was outside. Why you not have mercy on him? So what they teach us? As long as you are in body, he can go do good deed. You have mercy on people. Do now, because there is time when you pass away from here. There is no another time you can do anything. The time our spirit leaves the body, he cannot do anything. Okay, let him just touch my finger with tip of water or something, because here it's very hot. Okay, sometime here 42 temperature degree. You know, if you go Africa, and people cannot handle. But what about if you go to hell? How you can handle? So better be good from now. You know. All right, next one.
But Abraham said, Son, remember that in your lifetime you received your good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted and you are tormented.
I remember. How he know? He did long time ago. But they alive, their spirit alive, they know everything happening in the earth. But when I intercede for Saint Mary or Bab Carolus or Abu Sufyan or Saint George, he hear me. But when he can work, with the permission of God. The time they die, the time they are in God's hand. They cannot leave upstairs to come to help someone without permission of God. Next.
And besides all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed, so that those who want to pass from here to you cannot, nor those from there pass to us.
Okay, in Old Testament, everyone die, he go home. But there is two parts. One little bit upper than the second one. But both of them, they cannot see each other. They still can see each other. But when the paradise opened, in that time, when Jesus died on the cross, he opened the paradise. It's the only time we know the paradise was open and they have separate parts. Sure. You got the lesson today?
No, I think you said.
Okay.
No, I was just going
Continue.
Then he said,
Look
I beg you therefore, Father, that you would send him to my father's house.
Again, sorry, which verse now?
27.
27, yep.
Then he said, I beg you therefore, Father, that you would send him to my father's house.
So now he worry about his brother, his family. He wanted someone from dead people to go down to tell them down, be careful. Have mercy on others, because others want you to come here in this place. Amanda, please, can you read for us verse 28?
For I have 5 brothers, that he may testify to them, lest they also come to this place of torment. Abraham said to him, they have Moses and the prophets, let them condemn.
Okay, so he tell him, I have 5 brothers. I am worried they come with me. They tell him, even if someone from the dead go to them, They're not going to believe because they already have Moses and the prophet. And again, Abraham, he know everything happened on the earth. That's why we enter seat of the saints. We ask them for help because they know everything in the earth. They already passed away, but because they're righteous, they know what's happening. Bishoy?
Abraham said to him, they have Moses and the prophets that can hear them. And he said, no, Father Abraham, but if one goes to them from the dead, they will repent. But he said to him, if they do not hear Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded through no one rise from them.
Okay, so it's very important. What we learn, number one, our dead people, they dead? Nah, they hear us, they know everything. But when they can work, when God gives them permission to work. That's why we honor the saints. This month you celebrate Saint Barbara Feast. Why we celebrate Saint Barbara Feast? If she cannot hear us, or if she cannot see what we're doing for her, so why we have to celebrate? But because they hear, because they be very happy for what happened, because they enter, we intercede in them here, and they help us, and they hear us. Number two, what we learn here today, as long as we are in the body, we have to have mercy on it one another, because if he helping the poor man, he can go and help him upstairs, tell him just let him tip his finger and the water come bottom my son. Number three, we will have a lot of a chance. He tells him he have Moses and the prophets, and they not believe. But when the life finish, there is no another chance. Anything else? Michael, you want to add anything? Yeah, not ask. Say something.
Okay.
Don't ask me something hard, yeah, Michael.
But can I ask?
Yeah, I can ask. Be sure here you can answer.
No.
Me too.
You can ask.
Okay.
Before Christ opened paradise, everyone went down to Haim. Yes? So when Abraham died, he was in Haim.
But they have two separate parts.
That's how we know that.
Well, that's why they said we have gulf between us and you. We can see you, but we cannot come to you. Remember in the story just now?
Yeah. So Abraham's bosom is a place?
It's a place in good place because because the area. the area they're not punished. Because the other side it's hot. They get punished. That's why he told them, send him to give me a little bit of water. But the Abraham side, at least the righteous side, Adam, Noah, all the righteous people go to this side. When Jesus died on the cross and went to open paradise in the book of Matthew chapter 27, in this case we hear the paradise open and all righteous people start to come out of hate, walk in the street and the city and go to back on the paradise, and it's the first time we hear about the paradise. Book of Matthew. Can we get Book of Matthew, please, guys? You ask me always hard the question.
I'm sorry.
What chapter?
27.
27:53.
53. Okay, can you read for us, please? 51. Read from 51. From 51. Yes, please, Mikey. Put your voice up.
Then behold, the veil of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom, and the earth quaked, and the rocks were split. And the graves were opened, and many bodies of the saints who had fallen asleep were raised.
Okay, they're not dead, they sleep. That's why we said in the funeral, when we bring someone, okay, continue.
And coming out of the graves after his resurrection, they went into the holy city and appeared to many.
So they walk in the city. Alright? After, when Jesus opened the paradise, everyone from the righteous people will go inside the paradise. Continue, Michael.
Yes.
So when
64. So when the centurion and those with him who were guarding Jesus saw the earthquake and the things that had happened, they feared greatly, saying, truly this was the Son of God.
Okay, so that's what happened exactly, was two places. Now in the New Testament, if any one of the righteous people, of the saints, or these people pass away or die or martyr, straight away he go to what? Paradise. The kingdom can come after the second coming. When Jesus come and the judge, everyone has what he did. He can a kingdom of God to start. Some people can be living on that time, their body will change to be glorified body, So body cannot feel tired, cannot hungry, cannot, feel thirsty. And these people, they not gonna taste this, but they can be quick this. At some point he explains this one day we can talk about. Any other question?
Yes.
Okay. Mike?
So some people don't believe that this is a true story.
No, that's a true story because I have, when I did one of the assignments about Protestant, and I was actually looked to some of the Protestant scholars. They said that is true story, and they used it in their book. That's why we got one of the his name, Lazarus. If they said parable, when Jesus say parable, he not mention name, but this they said his name because that was a true person. And one of the questions they said, all right, what Abraham was there and what Moses and the prophets. Because this story was between, they said Moses and the prophets, the books of Moses and the books of the prophets. Because this story happened between the two testaments, Old Testament and New Testament. Okay? Actually true story because the name was mentioned. I hear this question. Yeah. Bishoy, what time it was for them? You have 2 minutes, guys, to finish because I have to prepare myself for next topic. You hit first. I put his hand before you. Easy or hard?
After Jesus died and rose from the dead and paradise was opened, what about people that, like, Jesus raised people from the dead, not Jesus, St. Paul raised someone from the dead?
They come back to life.
But, like, were they in paradise and then came to earth?
They was in paradise, depend where they was. Imagine if we took Lazarus as an example before Jesus died. Lazarus was what? In Hades. When Jesus called him, he comes straight away. The boy, he died when St. Paul was giving sermon. He died because, but this one was very quick. He died, he was a Christian, he was baptized, or what he was. Now, if he Christian, he baptized, yes. If he not, but he called him, he come him straight away. Okay, you got some people already three raised from the dead in Old Testament. Elijah, he raised some people. Elisha, he raised some people. Jesus raised people. Jesus, how many he raised? 3 in New Testament. Okay, all was completely dead. One of them 4 days. One of them was 6 hours. The young person of the widow of Nain was about 6 hours. And you got another girl. Jairus' daughter was in the house. So she was very fresh. He raised her. They tell you, if your sin is small, God is still raising you from the sin. If your sin hard, like the 6 hours, God is still able. If your sin is stink already, 4 days, the Lazarus, God is still can raise you from the dead. Last question.
I think that's funny enough. The spirit, even when it dies, can travel with mission, wherever it may be. But sometimes we see the saints coming back here. So that's the mission of Christ as well. So the body is the physical container for the spirit. So when a body is physically dead and not mobile, and the spirit has left, with the permission of God, it can come back to that body. And at the end of time, when we all rise from the dead, our spirits will come back into our bodies and become spiritual bodies.
Glorified body of spiritual.
So the spirit is not contained.
You can see your body as a small body, but everyone here will know each other. So if I saw you upstairs, I will know you. Serious. Everyone will know each other. They call it the knowledge of the spirits. Okay? One like Samuel, the confessor. You will know him because his eye. And everyone his age can be like youth or young age. Someone he saw a vision of the sun. He said the most 2 beautiful one was Saint Athanasius and Saint Gregory the Theologian. He saw them. He said every name God he mentioned on the commemoration, he found this saint to come next to Jesus and Jesus blessed them. Only Saint Mary he didn't bless her, and he said it was long enough time I saw the face of Jesus and I saw Saint Mary just to come next to him and sit his side. So a lot of people, you got a lot of people, they have an open eye or open vision, they can see. Your question, you always get harder. So listen to the question.
Based on Matthew 27, right, what you basically, reasoning behind what you said is if you die, alright, and you come back to life, then it means that you must have come back from hate. Because what you're saying is the resurrection, you're basically putting the word hate in there, but it doesn't mention hate in there at all. All it mentions is that they were risen, and as Jesus rose, that as they came back to life.
I said there's two parts. It was part for righteous and part for the evil people. Okay, but when they come, where they come from, there's a lot of verses to say people go to hate. A lot of verses, and some people mention. Okay, but in this part he tell you, he opened the paradise, and the people with dead, they rise again and walk in the city. So where they come from?
But it doesn't say open the paradise.
Today you will be with me from the cross to the right.
That's one. And if you look in Good Friday, Good Friday. If you hear the sermon, it's all about one book. It's all about one book. Okay? All right. Glory be to God forever and ever. Amen. Thank you very much. Anyway.